While I was making my video on Mally Mouse, I referenced a quote that I hadn't thought about since 2016. Hillary Clinton's basket of deplorables. It's a blunder that I mentally categorized next to the Dean Scream and Mitt Romney's 47%. Let me just play you the most popular section of the clip to remind you what she said.
You know, to just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
Trump supporters rejoiced when she said this. I mean, they didn't actually rejoice, but they wore the label proudly. Deplorable merch became popular, and they wore it to own the libs. But wait a second. I realized while I was making the Mally Mouse video that I never really bothered to watch the full clip. Why would she say something so politically stupid? I've only ever heard the first 13 seconds of a 2-minute clip. Who is she calling the deplorables?
The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that. And he has lifted them up. He has given voice to their websites that used to only have 11,000 people, now have 11 million. He tweets and retweets. They're offensive, hateful, mean-spirited rhetoric. Now, some of those folks, they are irredeemable.
It's kind of hard to deny that that's who Trump has lifted up. That's who he's given a megaphone to and emboldened. I wouldn't say that all Trump supporters are racist, but I don't think it's controversial to point out that many racists are Trump supporters. I mean, he was endorsed by David Duke, for fuck's sake. This is what Hillary was talking about when she said deplorables. I mean, look at this guy's shirt. Christians are not the deplorables. Veterans are not the deplorables. Police officers. It's always weird how conservatives say that talking shit about veterans is their, red line in the sand, when, one of the first things their guy did was do exactly that.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Do you agree with that? He's a war hero because he was captured.
And the existence of deplorable Trump supporters is something that MAGA itself will acknowledge. If you show them pictures of Nazis, Klan members, and homophobes at their rallies, they'll say things like, oh, that wasn't us, and not all Trump supporters. Exactly. Those are the deplorables. And it's S-tier telling on themselves when MAGA tries to co-opt this label. They're tagging themselves as the worst of America. What Hillary was actually trying to say with this phrase is that she was willing to give up on trying to get the votes of the deplorables so that she could focus her campaign on gathering the votes of the people who could actually be swayed.
Thankfully, they are not America. But the other basket, and I know because I look at this crowd, I see friends from all over America here. I see friends from Florida and Georgia and South Carolina and Texas, and as well as, New York and California. But that other basket of people are people who feel the government has let them down, the economy has let them down, nobody cares about them. Nobody worries about what happens to their lives and their futures. And they're just desperate for change. It doesn't really even matter where it comes from. They don't buy everything he says, but he seems to hold out some hope that their lives will be different. That they won't wake up and see their jobs disappear. Lose a kid to heroin. Feel like they're at a dead end. Those are people we have to understand and empathize with as well.
To be honest, do Democrat policies help these struggling people? I'm not convinced. But I know that Republican policies actively hurt them. And that alone should be enough to get these people to flip their vote. That's what Hillary is really saying. There is a portion of this country that is irredeemably awful that supports Trump. The next day, she expressed regret for saying it was half of his supporters, but maintained that Trump had amplified hateful voices. And MAGA actually agrees with this take. They just don't think they do. If any MAGA people are watching, I'm sure you would categorize yourself as one of the people in the second camp. You don't hate anyone, but you voted for Trump because you thought he was going to create change. You thought he was going to make America great again. Now, we disagree ideologically, so while I think that change is going to hurt you and you think it might help you, whatever. I think we can all acknowledge that the second basket Hillary talked about exists. The people that are reasonable, caring, kind, and nice within the MAGA movement, who are open to new political ideas if they think it brings them forward in a better way. So now that we've established that some Trump supporters are good people, who broke into the Capitol? Why are there Nazis at Trump rallies? Why are members of the Klan endorsing him? Why do misogynists love him? They don't speak for the rest of MAGA, right? It's almost like you could put that group of people into, let's say, a basket of deplorables. I think Hillary was right. I believe most people, when showed the full clip, would agree that Hillary was right. Should she have said it during an election year? Probably not. But hey, that's just a cool thing I found when I was researching. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, you should subscribe. And I'll put you into my basket of adorables. Also, just to front run anyone commenting something like this, insinuating that insulting a portion of the electorate isn't a good political strategy, here's the guy she lost to launching his campaign.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
I would say this is another case of the human resources meme, but the thing Trump said was actually racist. So this is just another example of how Democrats need to be perfect and Republicans just have to exist. But as that comment pointed out, she is standing behind a Stronger Together sign. Trying to win with a big tent coalition means that you'll always be walking this fine line. If you get mildly racist voters too mad at you, you risk pushing them away. But if you don't call them out for what they are, the people in your own camp might turn on you for being too soft on them. With the knowledge we have now, I don't think anyone would say Hillary was wrong. But maybe it was the wrong time to say it. I took some time to discuss this topic a bit during my main channel video about Malley, but being hateful sets politics to easy mode. You don't need to worry about an invisible line when everybody already knows where you stand. And if you want to see the full video that caused me to do research into this clip, it's on my main channel. Well, boom. Link's right there. Basket of adorables.